Hi, it's Sandy Wyllie. Welcome to my mental health channel, Inside My Holes, where I wipe away the stigma of mental illness by talking about my own struggles, having borderline personality disorder, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, panic attacks and anxiety. I talk about depression, my narcissistic mother who brutally beat me as a child, my paranoid schizophrenic father who was in and out of mental institutes all my life, my unethical psychologist who raped me, all the different therapies I've been in, and a plethora of many other mental health related topics. But I only come on as a former patient of almost 20 years. I am not a licensed therapist. I do not hold a degree in psychology, so I cannot diagnose you or give you a professional opinion. All I ask in return of you is your kindness and respect in the comments. Please be kind to me, be kind to other people. We don't need to agree on everything, but we do need to show each other respect and kindness always. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope that you will stick around, take a chance, and join. It's 100% free. Just click that little button that says subscribe in the lower right-hand corner, and that way you will be notified every time a new video of mine comes out. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. Today I'm going to talk about how fawning can ruin someone's life. How fawning has ruined my life. What is fawning? It's one of the 4 fear responses. Okay, there's the fight and flight, and there's the freeze and fawn. So what does that mean exactly? Well, everyone's heard of the fight or flight response. Either you put up a battle or you run the other way. Like, say you're walking through the park and you see a guy with a knife on a woman. What do? Do you run up and punch him in the face and rescue the girl and fight? Or do you run away because you're scared someone's got a knife and they could hurt you, so you run? Or do you freeze, not knowing what should you do? Should you call the police? Should you run? Should you scream? It's like the deer in the headlights, like, what do I do, And then there's fawning. What does fawning mean? Have you ever been too nice for your own good? Do you put other people's needs and wants above your own? Do you always find yourself apologizing? Do you let people walk all over you? Does keeping other people's happiness come before your own? Do you prioritize other people's happiness first? Do you neglect yourself? That is fawning. Are you always saying you're sorry even when you didn't do anything wrong? That is fawning. Do you shut down your emotions and pretend like everything's all right? Go along with things and say, oh yeah, it's fine. You're on a date and the guy says, I'm gonna take you out for Mexican food, and like, you get sick on Mexican food. You have severe GERD like I do. You have heartburn. You vomit. You can't digest Mexican food. But you say, and the guy says, is that all right? Oh, sure, yeah, that's wonderful. And then you get there and you have hardly any money, and the guy asked you out. And the guy says, well, how about we split the bill? And you go, sure, yeah, no problem. Even though he asked you out and you thought he was going to pay, It's like that. You're always trying to people please. This is an early childhood, response from a traumatic upbringing. People who fawn have complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Complex, okay? I did a whole other video on complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And you could look that up, and and so I won't waste time on here talking about that, all right? We're talking about fawning here. But if you do have that, post-traumatic stress disorder, complex post-traumatic stress disorder. You come from an abusive childhood where you always felt like you had to please one or both of your parents. Then you're going, as an adult, you're going to grow up feeling the same way, that the only way people will like you is... Don't you love it in the city? Just hang on. Just lean on that horn. It doesn't help. But still, I love to be out here. So as long as I can, I do my videos out here. We all know it comes with its, problems. So if you were like that, where you could never do enough good, just like when I grew up with my mother, no matter what I did was never right, First of all, she blamed me. I did videos about this too. Go look at the video why I'm glad my mother died, and you'll get the whole details about, she never wanted me. She blamed me for ruining her life because she never wanted to have a child, etc., etc. Whatever I did was never good enough. And if I was up crying because my father was having a psychotic rage and hearing voices and he scared me, she'd say I'm making her life harder when I'm a little girl and I was frightened. So I grew up learning to swallow down my emotions. When you swallow down your emotions, they reside in your gut. That's why I grew up with digestive problems. I have severe digestive problems. I have irritable bowel syndrome. I had GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease. Yeah, you can get esophageal cancer from that. I have irritable bowel. I have severe constipation and diarrhea, severe stomach pains, severe gas. I mean, you name it. I've held all my problems here in my gut. So this is why mental health is very important to me, because mental health ties in with physical health, okay? If you don't handle your emotions, guess what? You're going to become physically sick, not just mentally sick like I am with borderline personality disorder. I had borderline personality disorder because, I swallowed down all my emotions and I was, tormented and abused in my childhood and tormented and sexually raped going to therapists. So I have complex traumatic stress disorder as well. But as a result of all that, I no longer do this, but with people growing up, like with friendships, I would, over accommodate friends. Anytime they call, I would listen to all their problems. My other video was about emotional dumping. I would let my friends emotionally dump on me, and I would never speak up for myself. I would just be agreeable to everything because I wanted to be liked. I wanted to be accepted. And this is what I did. I just shut down my own feelings, my own wants, my own needs, just to make somebody else happy. And this is how fawning has ruined my life, literally. I don't do it anymore, but I thought in order to have friends, this is what I had to do in order to have friends. It was just I was picking the wrong type of people for friends. I was attracting the narcissistic people. And I wasn't consciously doing that either. It just, I was doing that. And because people that have a trauma-based childhood like I do often attract those same kind of people in their adult life. They don't do it consciously either. So how did I get out of, fawning, people-pleasing? How did I stop having boundaries? That's what you need. You need to start building boundaries. You need to start setting limits with people. That's what boundaries are. And you need to, think of yourself. And I just had to let go of those friends I just had to let go of those people and realize, I'm better off all alone with no friends. And that's exactly what I done. Um, I have no friends, and I don't let people walk all over me. I'm sure I'm lonely, but now I respect myself. You see, I respect myself, and what can I say? I think I'm in a much better position being lonely, respecting myself, than having friends who cross my boundaries and I have no self-respect. That's how I've come to the realization of that. But if you keep fawning people like that, you are going to be drained. Okay? You're going to be drained because you're going to bury your own feelings, your own needs, your own wants, and your resentment is going to build in, right? If you kept doing something to please someone, if you always did something someone else's way, right? If they wanted to eat Mexican, you ate Mexican, even if Mexican food made you sick, physically sick. If they wanted to go, like my best friend Holly, to the beach on a rainy, cold October day because her married lover, was busy, and guess what? She had nothing better to do, and she promised she'd take me to the beach in our 12 years of friendship, and that's the one day she picked because her married lover was busy, right? Well, you just say, sure, I'll go. I'll drop everything, Can I come over now with my sister? And I'm exhausted and sunburned from spending the whole day, outside. And you say, sure, we're in your back. We're like 10 minutes from your house. Can we come over? Well, geez, what am I going to say? They're like only 10 minutes away, but it's like 7 o'clock. I'm really tired. Okay, sure, why not? You're only 10 minutes from my house. You see what I'm saying? Whatever the person wants, I'm throwing a birthday party. I mean, I could give you 100 examples with my friend Holly. That's why she's my ex-friend Holly. I'm getting ready I'm throwing a big birthday party for my son Austin when he was really young, in my house. So I have all the decorating to do. I still have all the preparation, the baking, just different things, making cupcakes. It's like early in the morning. The party's at 1 o'clock. Can I drop my son over your house a few hours early? You don't mind, right? Because he's going to be at Austin's party anyway. So what is it to drop him over a few hours early? It's like I got a lot of things to do. I might have to run out and do some errands too to get extra things for the party. And her son was autistic too. So he wasn't, one of these, I don't want to be derogatory, but let's just say that it was a major inconvenience for me when I had a big party and a ton of people and kids were coming up, in a couple of hours, and she wanted to drop him off very early. Who knows, probably to bang her lover, her married lover, probably that one. And guess who says yes, Again, fawning, trying to be liked, trying to please people, It's gotta come a point where it stops, Otherwise, you're gonna grow resentments. I started to, resent her. I started to become very, bitter, and it just gets. I think everyone has a breaking point. Okay, I don't care who you are. All right, sooner or later, if you live long enough, you're gonna hit your limit. It keeps ratcheting up, Oh, sure. Yeah, come on. Oh, sure. I don't mind taking care of your son for a few hours while I'm trying to get ready for a big birthday party. Why not? Sure, Or let him sleep over. and he was bouncing off the walls and acting. And he said, "Oh, my mom forgot my medication." I mean, when children have problems and they're on medication for control of those problems or to control their behaviors, my brain damaged son's on Risperdal and other heavy medications. They control impulsive behaviors. You don't forget giving them the medication. She didn't give a shit. He was in my house all night torturing my son. My son told me he broke his toys. She didn't give a shit to pack his medication because guess what? He was going to be over my house. She wasn't going to have to deal with it. And then guess who was all nice and, "Oh, that's okay. Loser. Oh, God, I was such a loser, I'm telling you. I had an L tattooed on my, like, branded on my forehead. I had it, carved with a knife on my chest. Loser, Fawning. This is what fawning is. That's why I thought it was very important to do a video on fawning. Because, it just eats away at you. It just eats away at your soul. It will eat away at your core. It'll eat away at your soul. And so you could do it. People fawn over their mother, afraid to speak up to their mother. Even as an adult, they'll be afraid to speak up to their mom. "I can't upset my mom. Oh, she calls at the drop of the hat. I need you to come over here now. I can't open this bottle." "Okay, Mom, I'll drop everything and I'll run over." "Oh, I need you to take me here. I need to go buy a sweater. I need to buy a raincoat. It's going to rain tomorrow. I need a new raincoat. My old one's torn." "Okay, yep, drop everything, run off." People do it like that. Even when they're an adult and they have a full-time job and they have children, they're fawning. They're still that little girl. It doesn't matter. They could be 35 years old. But in their eyes, when mommy calls, they're 5 years old all over again. I've seen it with people. I've seen it with boyfriends and with girlfriends, gal pals, lovers. It's not just lovers, like, "Oh, whatever you want, I want to do a threesome." And the girl feels uncomfortable. Well, if you're not adventurous, then, maybe you're not the girl for me, So they do things they resent, that they don't want to do, that they hate, just to, be accepted, just to please the other person, whether it's their mother, whether it's their lover, whether it's their bestie friend, their best gal pal friend. You see what I'm saying? So eventually, I stopped doing it, stopped it cold turkey. This gal is never going to be fawning over anyone ever again. And I hope that you catch yourself doing it too, when you're doing it. Deep down. You might kid yourself, "Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, my mother only lives 25 minutes away. I can forget about all this work, all the laundry that's piling up on my couch, and, I can go over there and do it, deep down when you're doing it. You might make excuses, but sooner or later, it's going to, eat away at you. You're going to get health problems. I got tons of health problems. It's not good. So I hope that I've brought this out in the open more. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be talked about. All these videos I do, I try to bring it out in the open to make people more aware. Because sometimes you have behaviors, you're not even aware of what you're doing, Maybe I don't know. Are you aware? Are you fawning? You know, do you put other people's needs above your own? Do you always say you're sorry when you did nothing wrong? Let's talk about it, okay? Tell me if you're that way. Tell me how, you know. Tell me if you're in a relationship with someone like that. You know someone like that. Um, in any ways that's helped that's helped you or someone else get over that, you know. Got to take care of yourself first, because you know what? Think about when you're in an airplane. Even though I hate flying, they always tell you put your own oxygen mask on first before you put it on your child. Everyone thinks of their child first if you're a mother, right? But guess what? If you don't have any oxygen yourself, you're not going to be able to help your child. See, you need to breathe first. You need to take care of yourself first before you can help anyone else. So you need to make that a priority. Okay, until next